All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 52 of the podcast with Jonte. He opened up his second location right here in Oxnard on Channel Islands Boulevard, and it's called 101 Glass Studios. And I just wanted to ask him about how he fell in love with making glass, and even prior to that, making music. And I saw that he recently went on tour. He opened up for Xavier Wolf and many different artists that were on that tour. And I just wanted to get inside of his mind and just, how he manages his time and a lot more. So hopefully you guys enjoy it, and comment down below who you want to see, or just if you have any recommendations, comment down below. And hope you guys enjoy it. Peace. Check. Yo, we're live.
Check.
Mike, check.
Yeah.
Yo, so me and you, I feel like, are similar in ways where, like, you're doing so much stuff, bro. And I'm just curious how you balance that, and like what your scheduling is, like how you've come to learn all that stuff. Is it just through like experience, or is it just through?
Yeah, definitely. Just day in and day out, learning how to adapt to the time management, I guess, and as new things come, figuring out how to work them into my schedule, and really, I can't even explain. Sometimes it feels like I'm doing the most, and sometimes it feels like I'm just like waiting for the next thing. So like I said, just when that next thing comes into play, just fitting it into time. Like right now, opening the new shop, I'm not used to the strict schedule of being there for like noon to 9. I haven't worked a retail job in 8 years, so it's strange, like being in that environment every day, all day. Not being like from the stew to the glass stew to the shop or whatever, it's like all day, and then I'm like, okay, I could go blow glass, or I could go to the stew after. Now it's like it's a completely different schedule. Instead of just like bouncing around kind of whenever, almost.
Shit. So for the people that are listening, you have 101 Glass Studios.
Yep, 101 Glass Studio.
And like your previous location was near the dealerships in. Is that considered Ventura?
Yeah, it is Ventura.
Yeah, it's Ventura.
Yeah. It's like the industrial area of Ventura. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like a private appointment only location where I still currently blow glass. But that was where the location was before, just right there off of Olivas in Victoria. And now I'm right under HPC in Port Hueneme. Way better location, way more foot traffic. Definitely way better for business, for sure.
Right by the Players Casino it was.
Yeah, true. Right by that. Now that's like Midtown Ventura or downtown Ventura or something, I heard.
Yeah, it's actually at the Derby Club.
Oh, okay.
Right there,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right at the fairgrounds or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Yeah, I've actually never been in there. I tried to go in once before I was 21, and they like kicked me out right away. right away.
Dude, I went to Chumash. I forgot my ID. I think I turned 18 at the time, and that's when they stopped serving, or before they served alcohol.
Oh, okay.
And the age limit was 18, and I forgot my ID. They didn't let me in, so like I had to fucking sneak in, bro.
What?
I fucking made it.
Snuck in and gambled. That's fucking right, bro. Damn.
Yeah.
I haven't had to do many things like that. Usually when I was like underage, I knew someone who knew someone or something, just like get in. But that was the one time I got caught up, and they were like, nah.
Oh, shit.
Bounce. Yeah.
But yeah, so like your prior, we talked about this at your grand opening, how before it was just a one location. Now you have two locations. So your previous location is where you make the glass,
right?
And then now you have pretty much a storefront where you can display all this art, all this glass.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah.
I've had the vision since I was 17. Bought the LLC when I was 18. 101 Glass Studio has definitely been a thing that's come into fruition over a good amount of time, but I'm definitely blessed to say that it's here now, and in a good location. And a lot of support behind it. The homies, lots of local support, lots of glass artists around the country showing us love. So that's something
that I wanted to ask you too, bro, is I kind of want to go back in time where you were at that specific moment when you're like 17 or 18 when you were like, yo, I want to get this LLC?
I feel that, yeah. So
You know, so
I was going to college, fucking had a bunch of jobs. I was coaching wrestling. I was like trying to think about my like 3-year, 5-year, 10-year plan. Like, where do I see myself down the road? What do I see myself doing eventually? I was going to school to be a teacher. I was actually double majoring in child growth and development and kinesiology. I wanted to be like a preschool teacher, then a middle school teacher, then a professor. And yeah, I totally dropped all that to like fall in love with glass and the cannabis industry, really. I had a delivery service on Weed Maps for 3 years. And yeah, before even all that, get just back to what we were talking about, when I was 17 and 18, thinking about that, I graduated at 17. So I was at VC at 18. Just like I said, working all these jobs, thinking like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm so interested in arts. I've always wanted to be an artist. First it was like music and painting and all this stuff. And when I found the medium of glass blowing, I just fell in love. Like, I was already collecting bongs. Like I said, I was in the cannabis industry a little bit. And yeah, like I said, I just fell in love with how the process was, like watching a bunch of glass blowing videos. My ex at the time, her dad's friend, he's still a glass blower to this day. He gave me a class, and then I fell in love with how the medium falls together, how the connection of the glass, and I don't even know, man, how to explain it really. Like, it's just
like the process.
Yeah, the process. I fell in love with the process, I guess. Yeah, of how it's made. I've always been a how it's made kind of guy, and once I found out like that's how a glass piece is made, whether it be I'm not even wearing one, whether it be a pendant or a bong or a whatever, you know what I mean? Just that process of how it was made from something like a tube or a rod into this sculpture or this, apparatus you could use to smoke out of, or a vessel, like a cup or something. It's just fascinating to me. I never knew how glass stuff was made, like, before that. So yeah.
And even just seeing the unique pieces that are out there, bro, like I'm not too into glass, but there's probably like one-of-ones out there, most likely. It's like, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, for sure. It's
it's not like something you can just go out to the store and buy.
Oh, not at all. Yeah. I mean, well, you can. There are.
I mean, like legit. I mean, like a
pieces.
chain or some shit.
Right. Right. Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. That's definitely the difference between like import, I would say, and like American glass art, is that import glass is mass produced and the same design is made over and over and over, same color, same size, same everything. But the handmade glass art industry is I'd say a very unique industry, like any other art, like a song or like a painting. It's a one of. It's even if someone makes it in the same color, it's not going to be the same bend in the neck or the same I don't know. It's just the design. It's like I said, it's art. It really is. Yeah.
Dang, and just thinking of it now, I'm 100% sure that there's different artists that have their own style.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So like, what are the glass artists that you just off the top?
Oh man, off top that I look up to, definitely gonna have to say like Muller. He does the voodoo dolls. Eugene with his crazy wig wags. Oh man, JFL Glass, Fume. I'm trying to think of other Fume artists that I really like. On the spot, it's kind of hard to think of like
top,
on my favorite glass artists.
Yeah.
Those are definitely some of the big three. Sculpting, shout out Hoobs Glass, one time for sure. Millie Work, Rocco Glass, Steve Bamey or Bohemi, however you say it. I don't want to butcher your homie's name. Yeah, Wigwag. I really like Wigwag, so I have to give it to Eugene myself. Yeah.
And for like, at least for Wigwag, what? I mean, we could pull it up, bro. Let's pull it up.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain. If I had to explain that, I'm like, you twist the glass back and forth to make a W shape.
Hold on, let's pull it up. So, what's his Insta?
EUSHEEN. Yeah, I think it's like just Eugene.
Yo, Andy Frisella? What?
Yeah, he kills it. He fucking kills it.
Fuck.
Yeah, so all those patterns, the sections that kind of look like wavy or whatever you want to describe it as, those are the wig wag sections right there. I just fell in love with that, like, psychedelic, very colorful, I don't know, just different look, you know, waviness. I like the waves, I like the beach, I like the colors. Just trippy.
It is trippy.
Yeah, that's a collab between him and WJC Glass. WJC also kills it. His fillas, both of their faceting work is insane. And facets like the edges on it, like a gemstone or a diamond. People facet glass and, yeah, create that next level of headiness is what it's called.
It's terminology, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Glass terminology is crazy to me. How would you define that? Headiness, bro? I figured this question was gonna be asked, and I sat there in the shop earlier, and I thought about it, and I was like, you know, I've had it defined to me a couple of different ways, but the way I'd say I would define it is like, it doesn't have to be glass, because you could have heady shoes. You know what I'm saying? But like,
oh shit,
that it's got to be handmade first of all. That handmade, not necessarily one off, but like well thought out. Like art piece,
like engineering,
and usually it's gonna be like something trippy. You know what I mean? I haven't seen that many simple heady things, but at the same time, the simplest thing can be heady just because of the way it was made or the rarity. I don't really know how I define heady, bro. Like I think heady is kind of like the word, like how people used to use. Gosh, what is it? It was like the meme culture.
Recent.
No, like when we were in middle school, bro. Not fail. How there was like the fail culture.
Noob,
that too. But I don't know what word I'm trying to think of. But yeah, I feel like it could be used in many different ways. Like it's an adjective to describe something that's fucking dope and well thought out and handmade, in my opinion. Yeah, that's the simplest way to put it.
Yeah. So how about like, cause I was watching the fucking construction and engineering of the Dark Knight Batmobile.
Okay.
And that was made from the ground up, from the suspension to
that's some heady
the
shit,
fuck.
Bro.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like, bro,
that's some heady ass shit, bro.
Had to sit there and think fucking all day, like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how am I gonna? The contour of this car is gonna look like this. This is gonna be the dimension of this fucking rear fender. You know what I mean? Like that's
Christopher
all from
Nolan,
the head, bro.
Christopher Nolan and I forgot who the other dude was, but they had a first model and it was clay.
Wow.
And like from that they pitched it to the engineering team in London, which is fucking wild, bro. To have that like come, like you said, to your head into reality, bro.
Exactly. And that's a one-off. Like no one's gonna remake that Batmobile unless someone commissions and has it for their like custom car collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's sick though.
Damn.
I have to watch that. I've actually watched a documentary about cars before, and that's how they do like a lot of cars is they'll do like a clay rendition and then it gets approved from there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how cars are made.
Yeah.
I'm a how it's made guy, you know?
You fucking probably grew up watching that.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. How It's Made was one of the shows, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Always
So did I. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bro, and it'll just be like the randomest shit, and you'll be like, wow, that's...
Yeah, right. You're like, what the fuck? I had no idea that came off of a conveyor belt. Like, but I mean, it has to, I guess, right? To be in a store or something, like, it's got to be mass produced. It's got to... Yeah, thinking about that shit, bro.
Like yo, like freaking Laffy Taffy, bro.
I did not see that one. That's crazy. I want to see that one now.
Go watch it. I think it's
Taffy. How Laffy Taffy is made. What the fuck?
I don't know. It just came to my head. Let me see.
I've definitely seen like the Taffy puller.
Yeah. I don't want to put sound. I might get fucking copyrighted.
Huh. They're all I can hear the sounds of my Taffy stretching.
That
is my proprietary sound.
Copyrighted. I'm gonna copyright the sound. Nobody else could use it.
Huh.
which is factual.
That's the thing.
But yeah, okay. Speaking of sound, bro, music. Was that before glass? That was before you fell in love with glass.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, since an early age, I don't know. There's a picture of me when I'm like 4 or 5, and I just got done with I think it was like a church thing, like a dance performance, singer performance. I'm like this, all standing, shining in this tuxedo with a red bow tie, and that was the moment my mom says, at least, where she's like, "Oh, I knew you were gonna do music one day." And I was like, yeah, maybe. I did fall in love with it at an early age, though. I always wanted to be like a performer, or like on TV or music or acting or something like that. And I don't know, at one point in life you get to it and you're like, is this practical? You know what I mean? Like, I gotta be a part of the system like everybody else, and kind of, like, lost my sights from like middle school to kind of like high school. But then high school, when I lived in Alaska, I lived in Sitka, Alaska for like 4 years. And
for your high school?
For most of high school.
Most
from
of high
like
school.
8th grade to junior year. And then I graduated here in Ventura at Buena.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to VC for a couple years. But yeah, while I was there, I did choir and like fell in love with music and like the process, and just like just like vocals, and had a lot of people. It's the music scene in Alaska, or Sitka at least, as far as I'm concerned, it's huge. Like, everybody's playing an instrument, or like I had a homie that was making beats with FL, and like another homie that was making dubstep with FL, and like all that. So I was just like fascinated, you know what I mean? I used to know how to work FL better than I do now. It's crazy because I was just like around it way more than I am now. But yeah, I fell in love early, and then moving back here, getting into this scene, everybody out here is same thing. They're doing music, you know what I mean?
Bro.
So I was like, damn, like I'm trying to tap back into that and like really make something out of this. And I had a lot of stuff written, and then my freaking laptop, I forgot my backpack outside of the car at a skate park, and like literally drove off, did a U-turn, and by that time it was gone, never to be seen again. And like a bunch of shit was in that backpack, a bunch of shit.
Dang.
But it happens. Here I am now,
Yeah. That's actually like one of my fears, is because I stopped making beats on my laptop, and then I got this computer, so I don't have to like move this shit. Yeah.
Imagine, bro. That would not be good. If anything happened to either of those.
But yeah, like you said, we're here, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've made so much music since then. I haven't released a lot, but I got a lot made.
Yeah.
I need to start releasing it, honestly.
Did you grow up in Alaska? Did you grow up here?
No, so I was born in Oxnard at St. John's, and then I was like a year and a half or two. My mom moved me and her to Memphis, and then I lived in Memphis until I was probably about 6 or 7, and then I lived in this little town called Bartlett, which is like right outside of Memphis. People still call it Memphis, but if you live there, it's Bartlett. So I lived in Bartlett until I was like 13, and then that's when I moved to Alaska, where my dad lives. And I lived there until I was, almost 17, and then moved back here, graduated at 17, did some college, bunch of jobs, dropped out, started a couple businesses.
Now we're here.
Here I am, bro. Still doing shit, still figuring it out, like, I have a glass shop, but that's not necessarily what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. I'm making music, could go on tour again, could, be a platinum artist, but who knows? Like, I'm just alive, bro. Happy to be here still.
Just having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Happy to be creating, to be creating opportunity for other people, artists like myself. And, that's what the vision is just to create opportunity that, I may not have had growing up, for the next generation.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, just even starting this small little studio, and just taking inspiration from the people like Rob Dyrdek, from many people. It's, I don't know, it's just something that I want to do, is be able to have enough money where I can just do a project and be like, yo, that's fucking tight. Like, I don't know, build a skate park. That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
What else?
That would be fucking cool. I've always wanted to do that, bro.
Yeah.
That'd be so fucking cool.
That'd be fucking hard.
Hell yeah.
What else, dude? be able to, it's like pretty much financial freedom to do what you want.
Yeah.
And like, I'm sure for everyone that's the goal, and just getting there, I feel like, I don't know, man, like
It's a mission.
yeah.
It's a mission. It takes a lot of knowing how to spend, knowing when to spend, knowing what to spend on, assets not liabilities, you know.
Yeah. Did you read any books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, or like
I
any of
haven't,
those?
you know, I've read a lot of quotes from a lot of those books. I can't really find myself to read like whole books most of the time. I'm gonna like read a chapter here and there. But yeah, I've never, except for like when I was growing up. When I was growing up, I used to read all the time. I read the Harry Potters in like a month, like 4 or 5 weeks, like all the Harry Potter books, bro. I was just like in it. But I just can't. I don't know. I don't find it as useful anymore. But I guess maybe I'm just not reading the right books, you know. Yeah. But no, I haven't. I should, because I've read a lot of quotes from Rich Dad Poor Dad, and what are some of those other books, like
Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah, that, or like The Secret of Life, you know. Like I've read a lot of quotes, but never just had taken the time. I shouldn't say had the time, but taken the time to sit down and actually read it, you know. But something to do for sure.
There's this book that I read. I think it's called The Master Key System, and it was actually XXX
Oh, okay.
Tentacion. He said that he read it, so I was like, yo, that shit's tight. I'm gonna read it. And one thing that sticks out to me is manifestation, and like actually visualizing and seeing what you want, and like putting yourself in that position, and fucking smelling the fucking smell that's gonna be there when you're there. Like visually seeing what you're gonna see when you're there. And it's like, to be able to even have that thought and try and reach out to that, it's like, it's better than not having that, like,
right,
that thought.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of sending it in motion in a way.
No, for sure. Manifestation is key, especially if you're trying to do like big things, you know. But with whatever you're trying to do, bro, if you're trying to wake up the next morning, like, you should see yourself waking up, stretching, happy, like folding, you know, your bed or whatever, and doing the next thing. Like,
Yeah.
100%. Manifestation is important, bro, because if you see tomorrow as a bad day, it's gonna be a bad day.
Yeah.
That's just, it's your mindset, you know. Like, you are what you believe and do, and those, it all starts right here.
Mine, bro.
100%, bro.
Dude,
Mine.
I always
It's
have
the most powerful thing you got. It's definitely the strongest or the weakest muscle you'll have, because it's gonna make the rest of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like have this thought of like all this stuff that's in like the fucking, you call it third dimension. It started in someone's mind, like
Damn,
this fucking
yeah.
table, like
Damn,
anything that's besides nature, like that. It was just
That's
created in
trippy to
someone's
think about.
mind.
Yeah, I've thought about that before too, but
Yeah.
it's not a common thought. You know what I mean? But yeah, like everything, like you said, that's not natural is a figment of someone's imagination that they took upon themselves to act and create. Like,
Because it's important to have the thought, but like you said, action is another part of that manifestation.
100%. Yeah.
And like what you're doing, action, like opening up the store,
Yeah.
and even prior to that, getting the LLC, all that stuff played a part in that.
For sure. Yeah. It was a long time coming. I knew it was gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. It's just visualizing and acting upon that.
Yeah. How was it? I mean, you said middle school, like you kind of like lost yourself. Like, what did you have, like shit that you were kind of going through? Because for me, I kind of grew up in a house where my parents would fight a lot. So, it kind of forced me to ask myself what I wanted and not rely too much on my parents. So like I had to like work for my shit. And
No, same for sure.
yeah, no, yeah. I don't know. Was there something that you were going through at that time?
I mean, I was just like in a lot of sports, and like, I don't know, like I didn't really have the music outlet. Like, that's not I feel like a thing that's readily available for most youth, you know, through teens. Like, not a lot of kids know like where to, you know, buy fucking equipment, or like what that even looks like, you know what I mean? Like, or how to work it. And if they get something like, you know, I didn't know. I wasn't a YouTube kid. I was, especially when I lived in Alaska, bro, we didn't have Wi-Fi. Like, my dad refused to buy it, so I was just like, I didn't have, I don't know, I guess most of the resources. I definitely could have made them for myself, but I don't know. I guess I wasn't really focused on it. I guess, I was more into school and sports, and just, I was on a grind for sure. I was especially living in Alaska with my pops. I was always doing something different for him. For sure.
Like around the house, or?
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Man of a million projects. Like, I helped him remodel a house, build a steel shed in the backyard, like re-level our backyard, which was like fucking muskeg, and then we put like gravel on top of that and leveled it, and then the next year we put fucking more down and shot rock to P rock, and like,
shit.
Yeah, it was fun. There's lots of manual labor.
It's dope.
For sure. Yeah, but it made me the person I am today, like,
yeah.
It was one grind to the next, and I feel like that set me up to be just ready for anything, like ready for the next outcome. Like, all right, go from one project to another, instead of like, waiting there and going to something, and like taking time in between. I try not to take a lot of time in between stuff. I do tire out now more, being a little older than when I was a teen, but just try to keep going, you know what I mean? Like, not be stagnant. Because people in general can find themselves in stagnation, just sitting there. Potential energy, gotta use that.
Exactly.
Gotta use that.
And I feel like I feel like the hardest part is starting and getting that momentum.
Mm-hmm.
But once you have the momentum, it's
important.
like, yeah,
it's just like you just keep the ball rolling. The snowball effect, you know what I mean? It just gets bigger, easier. Practice makes. I don't think there's anything that's perfect, but practice makes everything a little bit easier, and you get a little bit better every single time,
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the best public speaker, but here I am on a podcast doing a little bit better than I would have been, a year ago or something.
Yeah, for real, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now that you say like about your dad and what you've learned,
Mm-hmm.
I realized that what my dad taught me was, like, once you see a problem, like, what can you do to fix that, and what can you do to solve that?
Yeah, 100%. Problem solving skills are hella important, especially as an adult. Like, you don't have a parental guide anymore. You gotta figure that shit out on your own, bro. Like,
yeah.
And unfortunately,
the concrete jungle.
Or fortunately, depending on how you grew up, or your parents or grandparents or whoever you were raised by, it's all pretty much we're a circumstance of our environment. So it's like what you learned from them or your teachers or whatever is like how you know how to be in the world. So it's like, yeah, that can be the best or the worst sometimes, but
100%.
Then once you get into that real world, it's how you decide to cope with it or react to these actions of the world or people, or whatever the circumstance may be.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And at a certain point, for me, like you said, like, fuck the system, or like somewhere along those lines, I was at that point where I was like, dude, this is like a setup where you go to school, you get a job, you freaking get married. Like, it's like pretty much a linear path.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how do I break out of that shit,
Straight up, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah, fuck. The regular rigmarole. Yeah.
The rigmarole.
Yeah, nah, I'm cool, bro. Like, even just being back in the retail environment, like working from 12 to 9, I'm like, damn, like, this is why I never could work a 9 to 5. Like, be working for someone sitting there doing, I wouldn't say like menial or minimal tasks, but like something that doesn't take much talent. Like, you don't have to be fucking that smart to work at a smoke shop or to work at a shoe store or to, you know what I mean? You gotta learn 10 things over the span of a 48-hour training period, and you're good. Mm-hmm. You're earning a wage, bro. I'm paying your bills, but like, to be a musician or an artist or whatever, it takes a little more, like, some things they take a little more, like to be a fucking top tier athlete, you know what I mean? It's dedication. Like, you need to be dedicated to wake up and go work at Vans.
Yeah. No,
Eat
I
a breakfast
agree.
and hop on it. But
And I feel like that, at least for like being an artist or like a painter, you could say, or any creative outlet that you decide to do, there's not really a blueprint for how to get paid for that.
Not at all.
And
Like,
you can follow like the dudes that have made it before, but like I feel like that's the only kind of thing,
it definitely can be the only thing, unless you break the mold and figure out your own kind of way to do it. Like,
yeah.
but I mean, shit, even for like most artists or musicians, it's like you post your stuff on Instagram, and then it's posted to SoundCloud or Apple Music or something like that. It's all the same platform, excuse me. But yeah, it's like, how do you be independent? How do you I don't know. It's kind of got to create your own way, your own river to swim upstream yourself.
Forge your own path.
Yeah, straight up. As difficult as it is, it's got to be done if you want to do it, or if you mean to do it. Like, do it. Don't just say it. Do it. I got a problem with that sometimes myself. I'll say I'll do a lot of shit, and eventually it'll get done, but
well, I feel
sometimes it's better to just keep it to yourself.
No, exactly, until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, like I 100% relate with you, where like I say I'll do something, but I'm just kind of too busy.
Mm-hmm.
So people will have to like kind of hit me up and remind me. So it's like,
I feel that. I'm in the same boat, bro.
It's like, yo, like just remind me, bro.
Yeah. I feel that. I forgot today was Monday, so I forgot we were gonna do this until you hit me up. You're like, yo. I was like, for sure. Today's Monday. We're doing that today.
Yeah.
We out here.
You see it?
Yeah.
But yeah, middle school, music. Was there anything that stood out to you growing up as far as like passions and stuff, growing up?
I mean, like, I always wanted to be an athlete. I always wanted to do music. Like I said, I don't know. I've always done like a lot of voice impressions. I could see myself doing like voiceovers one day. But like even to this day, I'm like, how do you get into that? Like,
bro,
I've met a couple people that are in like SAG. You know what I mean? The what is it? Something Actors Guild. But yeah, the Actors Guild.
Yeah.
But like even then, I feel like it's just like a really close knit community. You know what I mean? And it's like you gotta know someone who knows someone or something like that. Like. Or you gotta be that one guy that does fucking voiceovers all day on YouTube until someone notices you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not trying to do that. Like, I'm not trying to be on one thing all the time. Like, I enjoy bouncing back from like blowing a little bit of glass and listening to some beats and fucking with a track or whatever here and there. And if something comes from it, cool. If not, I enjoyed myself. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's always like hitting me up like, yo, when's the next like bowl piece gonna drop? Or like, when are you gonna post something? Or like, when am I gonna get to listen to music? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whenever I decide to release it, and I feel bad a lot of the times because I'm like, damn, like I genuinely appreciate the support. Without these people, sometimes I wouldn't want to create or make something or listen to myself fucking talking to a microphone. But, yeah, it's very inspiring. So thank you guys.
No, for sure. But like, I don't know. I can understand where you're coming from, because for me, I want to be able to have how do I even explain it? I want to be able to have the freedom to do what I want to do when I want to do. And obviously that, like, with people that are supporting you, it's hard, but
they want the schedule, bro.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yo, when?
Yeah.
I respect it.
It's it's finding that balance, bro. And balance is like,
it's the most difficult thing to find in life, bro.
Yeah.
It really is, because we're just out here. We're just like, there's no guide. There's no fucking, you're supposed to wake up at X time, eat X meal, like take a shit at X time. Like, nah, everybody can do that whenever they want. I could have a grenade in my pocket and pull that shit and we're all dead. Like, cause I felt like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, so Henry Ford, ended up buying a bunch of land in like Brazil or some shit like that. And in that land that he bought was like a tribe in the Amazon or whatever. And he tried converting them to work like the 9-to-5 life. And they were doing it for a bit, but they ended up like rebelling and shit. So I don't know. It just kind of tells like we're not fucking meant to
I've thought
live
about that a lot. Like, how do I get out of this? Like, do I have to move? And then I'm like, wait, I'm gonna move to this country I don't know how to speak the language of. Like, am I really trying to learn this language to move to not live in this Western civilization, or do I just conform continuously, like, and keep paying taxes and getting fucking, I don't know, shafted? It feels like in this country, bro. Like.
What's that one state? Is it Costa Rica?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's still technically part of the United States, but you don't have to pay taxes.
Oh, I did not know you didn't have to pay taxes.
Yeah,
See,
that's why like all the YouTubers and shit.
Always, but yeah, since I was in like 10th grade, bro, that's been the plan. Like Costa Rica, I wanted to have property there by 2020. In sophomore year, I decided I was like Costa Rica 2020.
Oh shit!
Some of my friends can vouch for this, bro. But yeah, nah, it didn't happen. I don't have property in Costa Rica. But
yeah,
one day I will. 100%. Oh shit. Mark my words.
Definitely real estate for sure is something that I want to get into as well.
Same. I thought about dropping everything a couple times and just investing my money into real estate, but
dude, I heard Alaska is popping for real estate, but I like because not many people, it's not like oversaturated, you could say.
Definitely not. I just think the housing market there is crazy, bro. Like hella expensive.
Oh shit.
In a lot of places, at least as far as I know. Like Sitka, the southeast region for sure. Like it's up right now.
Oh,
I feel like
shit.
it's up right now. Like a lot of places though. Yeah. Like I was talking to someone last year because I was thinking about like putting money down on a house, and yeah, they were like, it's not a good time to buy. I would wait a couple years. And I'm like, but I want to live in a house that I own or like have money on, you know?
Yeah.
Be nice.
It would.
It would be really nice. I want a backyard and shit.
A backyard to just chill out, bro.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck? Blow glass in my backyard. Just cause, you know?
Yeah.
It's ventilated.
That. And also, okay, so I find it interesting that you ended up changing your major or your it was pretty much like a big shift from wanting to be a teacher to like blowing glass.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
So, like, how did that feel? And also, just like, what was it? Where were you at that moment when you decided, like, yo, this is it?
I mean,
or was it a spiral of things that like kind of?
It was definitely like a spiral of things. A few things had to do with it. I was just like over school, you know, like I agreed with my family. I would go for a year plus and like see how I liked it after that. I got good grades, you know. It wasn't like I was like dumb or I wasn't gonna get a good job or something, but I was like, yeah, I'll go to school, and if I like it, I'll continue to get my degree, and if not, then like I'm gonna do something else. So it was just at that point where I was like, do I continue to commit like all of this time and effort to something that I don't really know that I'll want to do and like most likely fall out of love with? Because I saw myself as a teacher and like thought about what that day-to-day would be like, and I'm like, nah, like I don't know if I could fucking do that. Like sitting there in a college class, even, like I don't want to deal with people like that every day or all day, you know what I mean? Like especially like kids or something.
Thinking about how much of a fucking little shit I was, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And thinking about how much of a little shit I was like, fuck that. Yeah. So yeah, I like I said, I had a delivery service for a little bit, and that was cool until like everything like cannabis wise went legal. And then I just started blowing glass. Like did that for a lot of my time, like 10 to 12, sometimes more hours a day, just like learning, teaching myself, watching YouTube videos. Then got my own studio. You know, it's been a struggle. The overhead's been a bitch, especially lately, but it's a labor of love, you know? Like I like creating, and I like, excuse me, seeing other people create. So, you know, I've had a couple glass blowers come down and like make some stuff. We've collabed, and just seeing that, like seeing other people work, like it's just a different experience. I don't know how to explain it. Like seeing someone in the studio, you know, like how they do
same
their
thing,
craft,
their process.
bro. Yeah, their process is just it's beautiful.
It
you know?
is.
Like it's like watching a fucking rose bloom or whatever you want to, you know, compare it to. It's a phenomena. Yeah.
And at least for all the like the legal side of things, where opening up a LLC, all that stuff with the legal side, like how did you learn that? Was it, through trial and error? Like, did you have someone?
Did I learned that? I literally Googled it. I was like, how to start a business, and I watched YouTube videos. Like I said, I never was really a YouTuber, but I wasn't like trying to call my dad or my grandma or my mom and be like, oh yeah, like how do I start a business? Like, didn't want to sound stupid. I just kind of wanted to like do it and then prove to, you know, myself and other people that I could fucking do it. Like I talked about it for a long time, like, oh, I'm gonna open a smoke shop, I'm gonna do all this and that, and it's like one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to actually do it. So I just stopped talking about it, and I started researching and you know, being diligent about like learning and finding places to learn, and you know, took a glassblowing class at Ziggy's in Orange County. You know, shout out Ziggy's for having that opportunity for me like 4 or 5, 6 years ago, whenever it was now. But that was one of those stepping stones or milestones that really got me into it, to where it was like I took this class and I already knew it was like a intro to pipe making class. I already knew 90% of what they had taught that day. So I got to like go aside with another teacher and learn how to do like other stuff. And that was just like a whole, I was like, just from watching these videos, I know how to do like most of what they're teaching, and like having my hands on it is just like excelling the process, you know. Like I need to buy this shit, I need to get a space. Like, so I did, I started researching on like where I could, you know, find the equipment, how much the glass costs, just started saving up, and eventually just dumped a lump sum after saving a bunch of money, and just like boom, like I'm gonna do this now. Like just bought a bunch of equipment, bought like I want to say like 10K worth of equipment like all at once, and just started doing it. Like just started fucking around, trial and error, breaking shit, you know, glass breaks. Yeah, just started making a bunch of stuff, you know, selling it as I could, giving it away. Yeah, just making stuff pretty much.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just it like we talked about, once you get that momentum, it started to snowball, you know. Other people, you know, like, oh, he makes glass, like all kinds of people hitting me up for repairs. No, I do not repair bongs, guys.
Make that known right now, bro.
Repair bongs unless I made it. It's not getting repaired. Or yeah, no, it's just not getting repaired. I'm like, there's a but there's not a but. Yeah, I'm not trying to repair your glass, especially your dirty glass. Like, what? If you're gonna ask a glassblower to repair something, you should probably send him a clean picture, or he's not gonna respond, and now you should know why. Like, yeah, bro, I can't tell you how many like resonated or caked up bongs someone sent me a picture of, and it's like in half, and they're like, "Can you repair this?" And I'm like,
fuck.
I'm like, one, I don't have a lathe, which costs anywhere from like 2 to fucking 30K. I've seen a lathe for, you know what I mean? And that's what, like, unless you're hand spinning a bong, which can be multiple pounds and like is really hard to spin by hand, which people don't understand. Like, if you're blowing glass on a smaller scale, you probably don't have the lathe, then you're doing it by hand and you're holding it with your fingers. Like, that's heavy, bro. Like, spinning a bong that can weigh, you know, I don't know, 3 couple pounds, spinning it with your fingers, bro, it's hard. Even just like spinning a small pipe, like, it's heavy, bro. You feel it in your forearms and your fingers. Like, I got different muscles now, bro. Dead ass. Strong finger. Oh shit.
Fucking Mr. Miyagi.
Hey, the whooshy finger hole, bro. Some Kung Fu Panda shit, bro. Nah, but yeah, I don't know. Glassblowing's lit. I can't say that I've fallen out of love with it, you know. I just keep finding more and more ways to fall in love with it, new techniques. There's always something to learn, you know. I guess just like any other art form or sport or something like that, you can always, you know, push to that next level. There's no cap.
Student of the craft.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It reminds me kind of like where I'm at right now with the podcast, it's kind of like thinking like, yo, I'm kind of going all in on this shit, you know? And it's like focusing all of your mental, not all of it, but like most of your mental energy on that certain thing, you know, building a life around that. I don't know, it's a dope and cool experience, and I wouldn't have it any other way, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm sure like for you, same.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I've had a lot of ups and downs in anything that I've tried to do, but I wouldn't replace the time I've spent at all. No, I don't have any regrets or anything like that. All the lessons I've learned have been for a reason. You know, I think that's like my mantra, my religion, whatever you want to say, is I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And karma's a bitch.
Sure.
Yeah. Karma's a bitch.
But Mac Miller, it's like karma's a bitch and that bitch don't love you.
Damn. R.I.P.
R.I.P. man.
Big Mac.
R.I.P.
Damn.
Oh yeah, for the store too. And we were talking about a little bit in your store where you have different artists that you have, like glass, clothing,
Yeah, for sure.
art, all that stuff. Like how do you contact them, and or do they contact you and just you like see their page? How's that?
Definitely a little bit of both, especially starting out my shop. You know, I contacted a lot of people that I had a personal relationship with in the glass industry, you know, like Instagram homies or people I'd met at glass things or like, you know, cannabis events or whatever. Like, yo, I'm opening a store. You know, some of these people was like, hey, I'm thinking about opening a store next year. And this is a couple years ago, because in July of this year, it'll be our second year of business. Woo woo. But yeah, I hit up some of these people like, yo, I'm gonna open a store. You know, what's good? Can you tell me your wholesale prices? You know, this and that. Some of them were like, I want to wait until you have the store, because people hit me up like this and then they just, you know, resell them or just keep them or whatever. You know, they hit me up for a wholesale price and then I never hear from them again. And I was like, all right, for sure, I respect that. Some of the people, you know, they sent me the prices right away. And then just to touch on the other side, you know, as we built a following, I mean, I probably got in the last week like 5 glass artists to hit me up like, hey man, saw you guys had your grand opening, congrats, carry my shit, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm making stuff, do you want to buy some? And it's like, yeah, that's cool. I understand that from an artist perspective, you know, like you gotta send the homies the shit to repost. You gotta, you know, as a glass blower, you know, I gotta hit up shops myself. It's like cold calling, you know what I mean? If it was just without Instagram, you'd be calling or going around to these shops like, hey man, I make this art, you sell this art, can we work something out? These are my prices, this is my style, you know, this and that. So yeah, it pretty much just works both ways, you know. I'll hit up artists. I hit up someone today like, hey man, really like your style. They had a lower follower count, so I'm like, you know, I want to help you get to, you know, the next level or whatever. Can we work out some wholesale prices, or are you taking wholesale orders right now? You know what I mean? Because that's really what it comes down to, is like if they're even taking orders or if they don't have a 2-year wait list, bro. Some of these bigger glass artists, like, they're like a year to 5 years out, bro, like on some crazy shit, and people will pay it. And some of these glass artists, their minimum is like $25K, and you're putting down a $25K down payment and waiting 5 years.
That's lit.
And then sometimes you could get kicked back on that list because of the fucking buddy system, bro. Like, unfortunately, there's definitely a boys club of the glass blowing industry, I would say. Like, there's certain shops that get first pick, you know, or yeah, I'm not gonna get into the politics of the glass blowing industry because I don't know them all. But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of that bullshit going around. But it's whatever, you know, like, I'm the little guy until I'm not, and I'm gonna find my way to the top, or at least close.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn, I think there was another question that came up. At least for... Damn, I forgot what I was gonna ask.
It's all good, bro.
It's been a long day.
Hey, I feel that. I fucking feel that. And I'm thinking about blowing glass after this, you know? Like,
hell yeah.
Gotta do it.
At least, like, with like spiritual stuff for you, I kind of take you as a spiritual person. Like just like seeing the stuff at your studio, like the Buddha. I think you had like a yin yang. I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, for sure.
Like where do you get that inspiration from, or did you? I mean,
definitely my grandma Karen on my dad's side, my dad's mom. Yeah, she's like super metaphysical, bro. Like, I'm Makah and Cherokee Indian, and on her side it's the Makah. She's a registered shaman. I'm a registered Makah. Been to the reservation. I get like the Native American.
They can do like the ayahuasca shit, huh?
Benefits. I think I can, bro.
Yeah, you can.
Low-key.
I think so.
I think I can too.
Yeah.
I've never looked into it, but I think I can.
Yeah, or at least on the reservations you can.
Yeah. I don't think I could like conduct a class or anything like that
No.
specifically, but I can do that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of had like a broken childhood. I didn't know my biological father until I was 9, and when I met him, I met my grandparents and stuff, and it went from like being total Bible Belt kid to where I grew up in Tennessee, going to like Baptist church and all that, to like meeting her, and her kind of like shattering my reality to like there's not there can't be a one God in her opinion, and my opinion now. Like there's just no way. There's so many different colors of people, kinds of people, this and that. There's so many contradictions in every sort of Bible that I've read, whether it be the New, the Old Testament. I've read part of the Quran. I haven't done much into like Buddhist or Taoism or anything like that, but anything that I have read, there's just so many contradictions. Like there's no way that one of these things can be right.
Yeah.
So I believe in energy. I believe in karma. I believe in metaphysics. I believe in manifestation. You know what I mean? What you think is, like, whether you think it is or is not, it's a thought in your head, so therefore it is. Like, whether you see it in a physical form, like, you're creating that energy and it's there. So as far as spirituality goes, I wouldn't say I'm the most spiritual or non-spiritual person. I believe that there's energy in everything and everyone, and we should respect that. Period. Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be an asshole. And if you're having a bad day, you just fucking take a deep breath, bro. Like, and keep going. Like, I don't know, I can be an asshole myself sometimes, but I try to just suck it up and keep going, bro. You know what I mean? Or not talk to anyone when I'm feeling like that, and just separate myself, Yeah. It's self-control is hard. I feel that, but
Yeah, I mean, for me, I really fucking have studied, well, not study, but recognize the fucking, how do you even explain it? Just like the yin yang symbol, where it's like good and evil. Like one cannot exist without the other.
100%.
And I don't know, man. It's like it's crazy because I feel like you have that consciousness to choose between good and evil, between like I don't know. It's like you have that choice, like pretty much free will. And with that, it's like you said, like you can choose to be a good person, you could choose to be a bad person, but it's on the person.
Yep, it's all about the way you let yourself react to what's around you, because I mean, I don't know, man. You could be in the middle of a shooting and be the most calm person, or be tripping. It's all about how you let yourself, like I said, react to the situation. Can make the best or worst out of anything. Like, you get a phone call saying, your whatever died, dog, grandparent, whatever, and you could be like, damn, like, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. Or you could be like, that's awesome, they're in a better place and they had all these loving memories. That's just example off top. Like, it's all, life is what you make it, bro. That's one of my favorite quotes. Shout out Hannah Montana. Life's what you make it, so let's make it rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, dead ass.
No, facts, bro.
Just like, if you don't, it's not gonna. it's gonna.
It's
suck.
not gonna rock.
Yeah, it's not gonna rock if you don't make it. Like, it's gonna suck, yo. You sit there and fester in the shit that is your life, then it's gonna fucking have
Smell
flies.
like
It's
shit.
gonna have flies all up on it, yo. Like, doesn't
Yeah.
have to be that way though. Like,
No, yeah, bro. And I went to Egypt recently, and
that's tight.
just being in the pyramids and just realizing, I feel like our past is not told to us, like our 100% true past of our human nature, like where we come from. I think either it's been lost or it's not being told to us.
No, I agree. Or it's being
like hidden from us.
It's a facade is being created, so we're like not supposed to see, like you said, how it really was. Like, I don't know what to think, because I don't think I've been told right, you know.
And like, yeah, there's a quote like, those who control history control the present, and it's like, I think there's definitely some truth in that. I feel like
I agree 100%. The people that put out the books, bro, it's just media control.
Yeah,
straight up, you know, just like what we're learning in school. It's not necessarily essential. No one knows how to fucking do their taxes when they graduate.
Taxes,
but you have
invest.
to do them every single year, and if you own a business, you have to do them quarterly. So it's like, yeah, bro. Like, study that shit.
Yeah, and I think, dude, school was invented to create like 9-to-5 workers, pretty much.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure, to create compliance codes, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
which honestly, I don't know if you agree with this, but I think certain people kind of do need to be told what to do.
oh, 100%. Some people would just be lost forever.
Yeah.
They can't comprehend much of anything. I mean, I've met so many of what I call doorknobs, bro. They don't know how to work unless you open them. And I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but it's like, that's the job, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta have the Walmart worker, bro. You gotta have the person that greets people. And that's all. Not to sound like an asshole, but like, that could be all they're good for and all they want to do. They get to say hello to people all day. You know what I mean? Like,
Man, I feel like I do.
Cool
I agree with that, but like, man, there's fucking potential in those people, I feel like. And imagine, bro, like if they were brought up to realize that potential.
I agree. I
Like,
agree.
yo,
I feel like,
what the fuck?
I wouldn't say
man?
everyone, bro. Low key, I'm like, I don't mean to sound bad.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like everybody. I feel like a lot of people have that potential, but I feel like some people, like, maybe they don't, bro, and maybe they're just meant to, you know, work that job.
Oh no, yeah,
shovel
for
that
sure.
gravel, bro.
It's if they want to, you know.
Yeah, but even if they don't want to, bro, it is what it is. Some people just don't have, like, you know, like,
I mean,
a talent, bro.
Yeah.
Maybe
well, there's that, and also the fucking, if there weren't
the willpower, you know what I mean, to just
Yeah.
make it happen for themselves.
Yeah.
Because if they didn't want to work at Walmart, they wouldn't.
Yeah. Well,
I don't work at Walmart.
No, yeah, I
couldn't see myself doing it.
No, definitely not. I worked at Little Caesars, bro.
Fuck, I could not see
Dog.
you at Little Caesars.
Hey, no, it was like 16. I started at 16.
Yeah.
It was the shittiest job I've ever had. I had a fucking boss that like was shitty, and I mean, at that point, I'm like,
shitty.
Like, yo, and then seeing older people.
Fuck this.
Yeah, seeing like older people, like they were 50 and like, you know, working there. I'm like, man, if I kept this up, I'm gonna be that person. And then like, yo, then just being promoted to manager and then like telling them what to do, I'm like, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, what? You're just manager for? I am manager for 48 years.
But I mean, yo, I think there's something really good in that where, at least from like what I learned is how to like manage people, how to, like, I don't know, just small business shit. And it's like, I feel like you kind of have to see it from that angle where it's like, what am I learning at where I'm at right now? You know, it's like, what am I learning?
Yeah, it's hard to see that, especially at a young age. Like, you're just there, like, fuck this job or whatever. You know what I mean? You're not thinking about those lessons that you're learning. But
like,
then
how can these skills be used later on?
Exactly. Then you get to that later on, and you're like, oh shit, that epiphany, and you're like, oh, I learned all this stuff already. I know how to manage, you know, a small business or a team or whatever it is. And I mean, shit, for me personally, like, I managed, you know, how my dad managed a boat, and like, you know, I was about to be manager at Journeys before I quit. They were gonna promote me, but I quit before because I was just, I was just over it. Like, so I never, learned professionally to be a manager, and now I'm like managing a whole business, and it's weird, bro. Like being a manager to like your homies or whatever, and you got to be like strict, and it's like, especially with your friends, it's just weird. Like it's weird. It's creates an awkward moment sometimes.
Kind of does.
Yeah, 100%, bro. But it's like you just got to learn how to how to be that manager, homie, all in the same thing. It's a balance.
Yeah.
Just like everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh shit.
That Guinness.
That Guinness is coming up. Yeah, and I think working a shitty job is actually beneficial for you for sure.
Mm-hmm. You see what you don't want to do.
Exactly.
And you see how other people live, and like think about how can I not do that?
Yo, and then also like you recognize the value of your time, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, I'm getting paid $10 a month for this, bro. Like what? And how I see it, it's like you trade a certain amount of energy for a return on that energy,
right?
And it's like $10,
right?
Like, yo, my time is not worth $10, bro. It's fucking,
$1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million an hour, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I've always told myself, like, I'm trying to make like fucking hour, bro. Hour? An hour? I'm trying to make bands, bro. Fuck an hourly job, bro.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck? Nah.
Yeah, bro.
Nah.
And dude, and then like with social media, like you were saying about, not going door to door, you can just go online. Social media is amazing, where it gives the person an opportunity to I don't know,
reach the world,
and these big corporations. Well, I mean, it's kind of now being taken over by big corporations.
The algorithm.
Yeah, the algorithm and stuff.
Which is fucking whack.
Yeah.
But still, I miss like 2014 IG or 2015 IG, where you put it out and it's like, it's just like you see it if you see it, and if you don't, you don't. Like, it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember when that switched over too.
But yeah, authenticity.
Hey man, fucking break those fucking chains, man.
Yep. Consistency is key in this algorithm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yo, and bro, even thinking about an algorithm, bro, that just blows my mind in technology.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of modern technology, bro. I wish I was like born in the 80s or some shit, and I was like 40 now, because I'd be lit. I'd be like, oh, this is awesome. I didn't have any of this stuff when I was a kid. And instead, I'm like, what the fuck? I just want it to be like how it was when I was a kid. I'm like, I don't want this virtual reality bullshit. I don't want to wave my arms with some fucking thing on my face.
With that.
That's why I pulled the example, because I saw that and I'm like, that shit makes me dizzy, bro. I feel like a 50-year-old when I put it on. I'm like, I just want to be that old head already, bro. Like, I've always wanted to be old. Like,
hey, dog, you're an old soul.
Bro, I have always been an old soul, man. I could just kick it. Like, I think about that shit all the time, bro. Like, why do I even need these, like, all these constructs, bro, of this, like, how we live in Western civilization? I mean,
you don't, but we choose to abide by them.
Yeah, exactly. We choose to abide by them. Because, I mean, before I even went to college and all that shit, I was thinking, like, I'm going to just go to Tibet and, like, go to the fucking Himalayas, I think, is in Tibet, or just, like, go be a monk. I wanted to go study under the, like, Tibetan monks and just fucking, like, find my center or whatever. Like, I still have no clue, you know, what life is about, what we're about, like, you know, what I'm about. I don't fucking know. I'm just here. Like,
yeah.
All crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, one thing I wanted to ask you too, your experience, fucking touring, bro. Like, just the experience, like what you learned. I don't know, just like.
Shit, I mean, it was fun. It was really eye opening. I went to a lot of places. You know, I went to Texas, Florida, Denver, Colorado. Trying to think of where else off top. I can't really remember right now, but a bunch of different cities and states. It was really cool. It was eye-opening. There was some stuff I didn't really like, you know. Promo people are like whatever sometimes, managers of other artists or whatever sometimes. All the politics of music and like venues can be whatever. But I don't know. It was fun. For the most part, it was really fun. It was new. It was really new. I still get stage fright, so like every time going up there, you know, some of these places were like a couple hundred people, some of them were like nobody, but every time it was just like new environment, you know, new people. Try to like play around with what songs I performed to the crowd, like you know what kind of crowd it was, who I was opening for. I opened for like a few different artists, Xavier Wolf, I don't know, Jeffrey, Fanny Figueroa, just like off top. But yeah, it was different. It was definitely really different. It was a lot of fun, you know. It was a lot of people, a lot of I don't know, a lot of good times. Not really many bad times, honestly. Like, yeah, I don't know what else to say. A lot of fun, bro.
Yeah, and like I don't know. Did you experiment with like different songs and getting different reactions? Like, yo, like this song,
for sure,
fucking, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I would say in Florida, they were definitely more of like a hardcore crowd, like they're moshing and shit, but they still
What part of Florida was it?
I did a show in Orlando. I did a show in I didn't do Miami. Where was it? Tampa. Yeah, Tampa.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna throw this one.
Okay, yeah.
For sure.
Hey, nice seeing you, bro.
All right, bro. Yeah. Tampa, Orlando. Yeah, both of those places, yeah, they just
I feel like that, like Florida and Orlando is kind of like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Where like, I mean, just X and fucking even before that.
Oh yeah, definitely going hard, bro.
Yeah,
they were going hard, but they still fucked. That's what I was saying. They still fucked with my R&B shit and like my slower stuff. Like I did some like more, I guess like you could say Florida type music. I had like a couple of like more alternative hip hop songs towards the like Suicide Boys-esque side. But they still fuck with my R&B. There was actually a couple people specifically there. I remember that like came up after and they were like, "Oh, bro, can I get your IG?" Like I fucked with that. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Oh yeah, like that's cool. Here you go." Some of those people still watch my shit. You know, like my shit. That's awesome. Appreciate you guys for the support. But yeah, it was just eye opening. You know what I mean? Like a side of life that I'd never seen before. You know, you get a little bit of that limelight, you know, you fall in love with it a little bit. At the same time, I just felt weird being up there, like it was something I never experienced. I don't know, it's just weird. Whole process was weird, fun, a lot of funny moments, you know. Saw a lot of stuff I'd never seen before, like fucking 60-year-old man crowd surfing.
What
bro.
the fuck?
Bro, I have the video. I'll have to send it to you and you can just like throw it in right here.
Is it on like Insta or?
No, I just have it saved.
You have it saved?
I should post it though.
Yeah, send it over.
I'll send it to
Yeah.
you so you can throw it in right
Yeah.
But that shit was lit, bro. That shit was lit. Like, I don't remember who was on stage performing, but they called the old man sitting at the bar, and he was like, "Come on, OG, like we're gonna make your life right here." Like
Awesome dude like that was performing.
Yeah. And got the old man up to the stage, bro, and tossed him out on the crowd. Crowd surfed, gave him the bucket list check, you know.
Fuck,
yeah,
bro.
it was awesome,
Wow.
bro. It was awesome.
Was that in Florida?
Yeah.
Fucking Florida, man.
Yeah, some Tampa shit for sure, bro.
You see any gators out there?
No, I didn't. I was like, when we were there, got up, like did some like little beach smoking, you know, went to some fancy restaurants, and then just like chilled until I performed. I'm pretty antisocial, bro, honestly. Like I like being fucking around the homies or like indoors, not around a bunch of people. I feel like it fucks with my creative process and like my mental, bro. Like you're around, like I said, everything carries energy. So if you're around someone having a bad day, I feel like that rubs off on you. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to like even be around that unconsciously, because it is, bro. It's just in the air. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't feel like a lot of people understand that. So I try to like isolate myself a lot. I limit myself to who I interact with and You know, I pop out at night a lot, but it's usually around a bunch of people that are, you know, drunk or some shit, because they're just minding their own at the same time. I'm here with my small group. They're there with their small group. As long as you don't fuck with me, we don't got no problems, bro.
Sure. Yeah, and then I remember seeing you in Henningham. It was Texas, right? Did you guys drive? You guys drove there, no?
Oh gosh, yeah, we drove to Arizona, visited a homie, drove to New Mexico, visited a homie, and then made our way to Texas. That shit was lit, bro. The Houston show was lit. Yeah, I opened for Xavier Wolf that show, and that was like, I'd say like the second best show. I want to say Orlando was the best show. They went crazy, Orlando and Houston, but yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, bro, for sure. Yeah, got a good response. I mean, I got a good response like most places. I don't want to say maybe the Memphis show, which is kind of funny because I grew up in Memphis, but it was just like small turnout, bro. But I feel like for the amount of people that were there, I still got a good gosh, why I just dropped the word, a good
reaction.
Reaction.
Yeah,
good reaction. That was cool. A lot of friends and family actually popped out that show. That was cool. There was like more of my friends and family than like the crowd. That was tight. Yeah.
Dope, man. Fuck. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here.
For sure.
Unless you want to like talk about anything else, or you think.
Nah, yeah.
Cool.
We're good, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you having me.
Dude, no worries, man. It was lit.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? I guess if people want to follow you, your store.
For sure. At 101 Glass Studios, 101 GLASSS. Don't forget 3 S's in the middle. TUDIOS. That's the Instagram for the smoke shop. And then for me, it's Jonte Valentine, JONTE, Valentine like the holiday. And then for my glass blowing page, it's going to be Some Glassblower, SOME Glassblower. And yeah, thanks again, B-Dale, for having me. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of you guys humbly. And I hope you fuck with our random episode right here.
Fuck yeah. Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.